Hi everyone, it's Megan with Above Ruby Studio, and do I have a great project for you today. You're going to absolutely love this, I guarantee. This is one that takes quite a bit of time, but it's a really great gift idea for Sunday school class kids or just general little extra birthday gifts or stocking stuffers to give to kids. And it's a classic memory game. And what I did was cut out a whole bunch of square blocks and I covered them in paper, and then I'm cutting out all kinds of shapes and stamping from the Cricut cartridge. I already started with these two and they're pretty cute. I'm doing a pink one and a green one for a boy, one for a girl. I'm thinking about making a bag for it yet, so we'll show you that too. But I did these cute little butterflies to start, and these are from the Home Accents cartridge, and they're real easy to do, and I'm using Zip Dry to put them together. So let's show you how to do that. I started out, these are already pre-cut, and I'm going to show you how to cut everything and do this completely start to finish. Okay, because I'm doing this a little bit backwards today because I already have some of these mostly done. So these are the white blocks that I cut out, and these are cut out from the backing of scrap pads. Okay, so this is just cardboard from the backing. This is just pattern paper. When you use pattern paper, you want to do something that's really repetitive, nothing that's going to cause too much variation in the color or in the design for the front side of the card. So these are already all done. And I am going to do a variation of stamping and gluing images on here. So we're going to start by using this Zip Dry paper glue, which I'm absolutely in love with. Really amazing, and I'm in love with it. So I'm just lining it up. It's perfect for this kind of project because they're small enough blocks that to use your ATG gun or a mono adhesive, you'd be going through a lot of it, and it'd be pretty difficult to use the ATG gun on this just because they're only 2-inch blocks, and it would just become a real pain. But this Zip Dry works awesome. It doesn't curl up the paper. It dries pretty quickly, and you just have to glue these on and go. So pretty easy. Now, I got these blocks all done. Also the ones that are dry. They're dry. So I have these two. I'm just going to grab 2 blocks, and you want to do, for the memory game, you have to have 2 images that are the same on the back of every card. So now what I'm going to do is take my Melon Mambo Stampin' Up! Ink pad, and I have this Hampton Art clay set that I am really fond of. I'm not in love with this set, but it's a cute set. I got it for, I think it was $1.50 or something like that, and it has little girls fun stuff, shopping, and then the boys play car and whatever. So anyway, I have a purse from there, and I am just going to stamp it right on to my backing of my card. Really easy. And now I'm going to take some stickles. I'm going to do the fruit punch stickles, and I'm just going to give my handbag some embellishments. You want to make sure that when you're doing these memory cards that you don't do anything with too much thickness. Don't use pop dots or anything along those lines because they will pop up way too much, and then the cards will be all different sizes and it just won't work out so well for you. So this is just to give a little bit of extra. I'm going to also grab my lime green stickles because I'm a fan of them, and I'm going to fill in the little leaves on this handbag. Just give it a little extra color. And you can color them in if you want. You can use just markers, Crayolas, whatever you'd like. Copics, Stampin' Write. I can go on. You get the idea. And color them in. But then here we are. We have these 2 done and these 2 done. And you can dress them up as much or as little as you would like to. Now let's get started with showing you how I cut them out and how we can cut out the shapes and everything, excuse me, and everything else that you will need to do. Okay, so now I have my Cricut out, and I have the cartridge that I want to start with, the Home Accents, already loaded in there. I want to show you the backings. These are the backings to the scrap packs that I have. This one is just regular cardboard. Some of them are white. You get to use all different kinds of things. This one I'll have to double side to decorate, which is fine. I will just place my paper on here, cardboard on here. Let's open up the Cricut. I have to change out my Cricut mat. I'm gonna have to change out my Cricut blade. I have the regular blade and housing in here right now, but I'm gonna need to use the deep cut blade for this cardboard. So I'm gonna take that out. Here is my deep cut blade. It's more of a blue-green than it is the Cricut green. Teal blue, I guess. And I'm just gonna load that in here, making sure that my arrow is facing forward and towards me. Pop this guy up a little bit so you can see it okay. And we'll turn them on. Again, Home Accents is loaded in. And now I'm gonna load in my paper. And this button right here has a little square that I'm going to use actually on the blackout function. And it has the rounded edges to the square, so you can see it right here. It's a little more rounded off than it is just the plain flat square. I'm going to make them all 2 1/4 inches. I have my paper saver on. Now I'm going to press autofill because I want this whole page to be filled up. It has cut 16, autofill calculated, it'll cut 16 times on this page, and I'm gonna do 2 pages. Now you have the option to do as many or as few as you would like. Something I forgot to do was turn on my multi-cut function. So I might have to just stop this. I'm gonna hit load paper again. I'm gonna come over and I'm gonna turn my multi-cut on. This should continue to cut on the same line because I didn't unload anything. I hit load paper to go right back to where I started from. I'm turning my multi-cut on. I'm going to make sure it's on 2. Okay, so I hit settings. Now I'm going to hit OK until I get to the multi-cut. It's going to go 2, 3, or 4 times. I want it on 2, so I just hit OK. And then I hit settings again. It exits out. Okay, so real easy. And now I can just hit repeat last, autofill still on, and cut. Alright, so that is good to go. It's going to recut over what it already did. No big deal. It's going to cut those 3 times, but that's fine. It'll cut the rest of them out 16 times. I'm doing 2 pages, and again, for your gifts or your projects, you can cut them out as many or as few times as you would like. I thought 32 was a good size game for the 2-year-olds, almost 3-year-olds now, that I'm making these for, so it'll be perfect. So I hope you enjoy, and I'll come back to you for the next step. Okay, now on to step 2. I gotta switch back out from my deep cut blade to my regular cutting blade. And I'm gonna select my paper. I picked out this green with polka dots because it's pretty repetitive, and even though there will be different colors, I don't think it'll be too much of an issue for the kids for this game. I think it's really cute. So, and the way I'm doing this, I'm doing the green and the pink. I'm going to give one to the little boy and one to the little girl. And I'm going to put boy themes on the green, girl themes on the pink. But the way I'm doing it is I'm not going to repeat any images on either one. And they will be able to play it together. They will just have the green and pink cards, but they can still put all their cards together and play together as well with both sets. Okay, so we're still on the 2 1/2. I can slow down my pressure actually to high. My speed I'm going to take down 1 notch too because this is much thinner paper. And I'm going to just hit repeat last. It's on autofill at 2 1/4 inches, and it's just going to cut away. So I will be back to put the rest of them together.